Hi there, if you're looking for business ideas that you could start today using softwares that you use already, here are 5 businesses that you can start with softwares. 1. You could create an implementation service for the software to people and businesses. Lots of businesses out there are interested in using softwares, and sometimes they don't have the IT team, or maybe they don't have the people who understands how to use the software, right? So once you came to them, you explained, maybe you've marketed your skills, and then informed that you could implement the software into their business, then you have provided them a service, right? So this is basically not a software business, it's more of a service business. But trust me, once you can do a methodology of the implementation and then you implement it to other people and then you provide the service to more and more people, now you have gained yourself a business, an implementation service for softwares. Lots of people are doing implementation services for software. For example, maybe an ERP system or a CRM system, right? Most of the companies are IT consultants that they don't really provide the product itself. They don't create the software, but since they understand the software well, they understand the business as well, they come into the companies or clients as the implementation for the software. It ranges to a lot of pricing. It depends on the market that you're trying to target, but most of the time it's a one-time payment for each of your services. I will also provide you with other information regarding a recurring type of revenue in the service for software's business. Number 2, you could provide an e-course or training for the software. Well, basically, training is also in part of the implementation for the softwares, but maybe some people, well, they don't really want to have someone come into the company, right? But there are a lot of places that you could sell some kind of digital product, like an e-course. For example, maybe you go to Udemy, maybe you go to Skillshare, or maybe you go to a Gumroad page, right? You could create an e-course for your clients, an e-course about the software that you're trying to use and teach to other people, and then people will buy those e-courses from you. Or maybe if you want to provide some kind of in-house training, online training with them, you could also create the service to do the training with them, with the companies that you are trying to target as your clients. But most of the time, e-course for a software, it sounds really great because, well, you could create more contents in the long run, right? Or maybe you could also have the sales of the e-course go out. People buy the e-course without you having to talk to other people, right? That's something great about providing an e-course for the software. So that's number 2, provide an e-course or training for the software. Now, number 3, well, this is something that you could combine with number 1 and number 2. So actually, lots of softwares, right? They provide commissions or affiliate for the softwares that you are teaching or selling to other people. For example, maybe you see there's a lot of softwares like ManyChats, for example. ManyChats provide people with affiliates. That's one. You could also see Odoo. Odoo provides a partnered commission type of commission plan. Other parts, like for example, Notion used to have an affiliate plan for creators, but not anymore right now, as I see. But lots and lots of products of softwares provides commission and affiliate. It's basically one of the ways that you could create money. Maybe you're a great marketer, right? You could create contents around it, and then you promote the products. And once people are going into the links that you provide them, and you get a percentage of affiliate or commissions through the software sales that is promoted by you. Great thing to use the number 3 once you also could combine it with number 1 or number 2. So you get an implementation, people provide you with the implementation services, right? And the other part, the company of the software provides you with the commission because you sell that That's one of the greatest thing about commission or affiliate with the software. Now, number 4, for you who are very, very smart and have a very high development skills, programming skills, you could always provide an API development for software integrations. Okay, it might have been crazier than number 1 to number 3, right? Most of the time, lots of companies, right, they have a lot of software at the same time. They want all these softwares to be integrated between each other. So once you have the skills to integrate those, usually it's using API, right? Then if you have those programming skills that you already learn, right, or maybe you already know how to do coding, you could create API development for all those software integrations, right? It's also going to be included in the implementation services. But for example, maybe you want to sell something like Zapier. Zapier is some kind of API integrator, if I'm not mistaken, but that's one of the examples that you could use, right? So maybe you could also sell some kind of plugins. So basically you sell a software to other people because you develop an API for customers. You could also split this into two. One, you provide the service of API development, or the other part, just like Zapier, as I mentioned before, you could create some kind of plugin or maybe an app that provides the API integration between apps. So yeah, that's one interesting thing that you could explore. Now for the number 5, this is a very, very simple. It combines all from number 1 to number 4, and it's going to be a recurring type of revenue. So it's called providing dedicated support to your clients. So most of the time, once the implementation is done, the clients are happy with the implementation, the clients are happy with the course and training that you provide, they're happy with the software that the principals provide, right? Sometimes things happen, not all support comes from the principal company or the software companies are that great. So that's why sometimes it's great to have a third-party type of support provided to your clients. Lots and lots of people pay some IT consultant to make them the dedicated support for their companies. Maybe you're skilled at, I don't know, maybe Google, for example, Google Workspace, or maybe you're really great at Microsoft 365, right? Or you're just really, really, really great at Notion. So you could provide the dedicated support for them. Maybe create some kind of group chat. You create some service level agreement with them, right? So usually a dedicated support, it's not a one-time payment. It's more of a recurring payment, maybe monthly or yearly with a set amount of rules. That's why I mentioned the service level agreement. So once people are paying you, right? Paying you for your support services, then they'll be more than happy every time something came up, an issue came to their software at night, for example, then you will be able to provide them with the solution, right? That's why they pay you monthly or yearly for the service and dedicated support. So that's just 5 businesses you can do with softwares. I hope it inspires you, and I hope you could find a new idea from this YouTube channel. See you in the next video.